Wisdom is passed down through the generations, and that means we need to preserve the wisdom, and we need to preserve it in its original text as well.
The Kelly Library Conservation Studio is a teaching and learning space designed to provide experiential learning opportunities for students enrolled in St. Mike's undergraduate programs, as well as a working studio that supports preservation and conservation of the special collections at Kelly Library.
Many people know so much of what makes St. Michael's College distinctive would be its relationship to the Middle Ages, to the study and the preservation, the conservation of the Middle Ages, of books, manuscripts, early texts from that period. And just as important to that is to understand what it means to conserve these books, to preserve, to extend their lives into the future so that future generations can join our students now in this great practice and tradition.
What makes this space unique is that it's a front of house space dedicated to the preservation of special collections here at St. Michael's College.
For almost 170 years, the University of St. Michael's College has been a place where people gather to learn, people who love to learn, whether it's in the humanities, social sciences, theology, and the Kelly Library is the center. It's the heart of that community, and this conservation studio speaks to the value we place on that love of learning.
The vision for this space is just, can we care for our own collections, right? That's the first thing. So having the conservator on staff in order to make sure that our materials are accessible is one thing. But the second thing that's really important for us is making sure that students have an opportunity to come into this space and learn about conservation and preservation.
The Conservation Studio here at the Kelly Library in St. Michael's College speaks in a variety of ways to the concept of integrated learning. What we do in the classroom in terms of our study of concepts, of ideas, of items from the past, with what we get to do, as it were, with our hands and with real physical material as we see all around us in this beautiful space.
The Kelly Library Conservation Studio offers us the opportunity to do two major things that relate to my teaching. The first is to ensure the long-term access of the materials that we have. For example, we have textual records, and oftentimes they're fragile. So the work that's done here in the studio allows for materials like this to be conserved and to be made stable. So it increases their accessibility and allows us to use them in the classroom for teaching. The second thing is to actually bring students into the space and give them that hands-on opportunity to see what it is that we have and how these techniques and the tools in this space can be used to ensure that long-term connection to the materials that we have. To bring the students here and have them an opportunity to see the work that's being done is a really awesome thing to be able to offer our student body.
A conservation studio like this supports academic excellence, both for students and for faculty. It supports both the study that we're doing in the classrooms, but also the research that we're doing. Students and researchers are getting the best opportunity to learn and research when we're working with original material. And a conservation studio allows us to do that. I can look at an original text on a computer where I've got a scan of the material, but if I can actually encounter the material, where I'm seeing it not in 2 dimensions, but in 3 dimensions, I'm getting a sense of the texture of the text. I can smell it. I can see it from different angles. It becomes an experience.
The very fact that students in our sponsored programs and in our flagship first-year seminars have the chance to apply and integrate what they're learning in the classroom with what goes on in the conservation studio strikes me as an incredibly important benefit for anyone who takes our courses.
The development of this conservation studio here at the University of St. Michael's College is helping us set the bar here in the University of Toronto, building relationships across the campus, across the city, and frankly across North America among academics and communities that value the preservation and promotion of these special collections.